What is up, gang?
Hey!
How's everybody doing? We got Daddy Lige, a.k.a. Mr. Elijah.
That's right.
And then we got myself, Mr. Emmett, a.k.a. E3 Smooth, up in the building. You know what I'm saying?
Everyone else is like too busy like making their own,
True.
making things happen.
Oh! Look who it is.
I made it. Hi, friends.
It's Slim Henderson,
Hello.
a.k.a. Mike Henderson.
Oh, man. Zach was just buying one of
Michael.
those Reverend 12 strings.
Heck yeah.
I have one, so I had to go hug him
Oh,
because
dude.
it's cool. We're
Yes.
brethren now. We're brothers.
Yes.
It's
Yes.
brothers by many strings.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
How's everybody doing today?
Happy Friday,
It's a
y'all.
little dreary out, but you know what? I love it when it rains.
That's right.
I know you're not too crazy about
I
the
like the rain.
Oh, you
bro.
do like the rain? Okay.
I love the rain,
Okay.
dude.
Okay.
I snuggle up a little bit nicer at night whenever there's a severe thunderstorm warning about to hit.
Mhm.
Woo!
Oh,
Lies, yeah.
Oh yeah.
man. Why do we sleep better when that happens?
It's the best. It's the best.
It's comforting. It is. As long as the rain holds off till I'm done grilling tonight,
Yeah.
that's all I need. I just got to cook. I need 30 minutes, no rain.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, cool. We're going to be doing some Q&A today. Hopefully, Mr. Chase and Nate will be able to join us here shortly. But right now, you got three.
Yeah,
is a
it's a
party.
packed house here at the
You know what
Palin
I'm
Music Center. This is
Oh.
where the party's happening.
We got
so-
Josh over there. He's putting away some pedals. Say
Josh
what's up,
is slinging
Josh?
some pedals.
what's up, Josh?
What's up, Josh?
He's in it.
He's just looking at us like
He's in the zone. And then Mr. Talon, what's Talon up to?
Taylor's slinging some saxophones right now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, some step-up action. Let's go.
Pro level action.
Nice.
Yeah.
And then our good old buddy, Mr. Liam, is back there in the Martin room enjoying some strings as well.
Don't make me on TV again. Don't put me on
Yeah.
TV.
2.0.
Gotcha.
That is amazing.
Understood. Yeah.
Awesome. Dude, so I got a question for you guys.
I'm ready.
If you were to, because you're a bass player, you're a guitar player, if you could get your instrument to sound like another instrument, what would it be?
I've been working at this for a long time, trying to get my guitar to sound like a keyboard. You know, that there's a guitarist out there, Charlie Hunter, using some rotary pedals and things, and there is some ways to perfect that and make it sound like a Hammond B3. And I've been trying that forever. But
Yeah.
you know. Oh, hi, buddy. Hi.
Chase
Hi.
Brashears is
Welcome.
in the house, a.k.a. The Freak.
2 E's, no A.
Oh, sound effects. now.
Yeah, I've got sound
Oh,
effects
good.
on my phone, so be ready.
Okay.
Chase,
Welcome,
how's your
Chase.
day going so far, my friend?
It's going good. It's been a good day.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Can you elaborate?
Apologize. Could you bring the screen a little bit closer? I
We
wanna be
need
able
Jordan
to-
Cam.
Yeah.
Everyone spam
Yeah.
Jordan Cam in the
Yes.
chat.
Yes, we need Jordan in the chat.
Work never stops.
Hi, Rod.
Yeah. Oh, it's Rod Dillon. What's up, Rod?
He says, "What's up,
What's up?
brothers? Sing me a song."
Shalala. Shalala.
Sharab,
I'll pick a root.
Whoa!
Whoa.
Whoa.
I'll pick a root. No, you guys just choose one to harmonize on. Now change it. Now ready?
Well, okay.
Okay, that's enough.
And we just lost all of our viewers. There we are.
There it is.
All right.
I've got one for that one. Hold on.
There we go. There we go.
All right.
So, answer the question.
If I could make my bass sound like any other instrument, it would be the drums, because that's the goal, is to have the drums and the bass locked in. So
There you go.
that's what we're trying to do.
Very
There we go.
Very cool.
What was the question?
The question was, because you're a guitar player, if you could make your instrument sound like another instrument, what would you want it to sound like?
A synthesizer.
Yeah, because what are those electro-harmonic
I would
pedals?
say you can get like synthesis pedals and stuff, but like that would just be super cool. It's super cool.
I find it very interesting.
Nate's looking at us.
I find it very interesting that all the guitar players want to sound like a keyboard player.
Exactly.
Yeah, but all the keyboard players want to make their thing sound cool, so they choose to play guitar.
We just want to be smooth.
We do.
Hey, fun fact really quick. Hey, everybody.
Yeah.
Hey, can I jump in here real quick?
Yes.
Because this guy's got to go. Come here, Zach.
Yeah.
Real quick.
Zach.
Y'all
Zach,
give it up for Zach.
Zach.
Give it up
Zach.
for Zach.
Zach. Zach.
Tell him,
Zach.
tell him who you are, what you're doing, and what you've just done.
Hey, camera's right there.
The camera's right there. Yeah. My name is Zach. I came to Palin to hang out. And I got a guitar.
Yep.
And some Chinese chicken.
Happy New
Yeah.
Year, guitar.
Not just a guitar, a custom Palin guitar. Woo!
We can get chicken. And if you act right, we can get you some chicken
Yeah,
too.
you
Hey.
better believe
You
it.
never
That's
know.
what's on my mind.
So
Chicken.
you're getting ready to go play Great Southern Arena with Zach Williams and Mercy Me. Yeah,
Ooh,
and literally
nice.
we're hours away. And you came into the store, didn't know there was going to be chicken and 12 strings involved. Yeah, there you go. And you're going to play that guitar tonight.
Play it on Zach's new single called Jesus Loves.
Heck
That just came out
yes.
last month, and I'll play it on that song tonight.
That is awesome.
Heck yeah.
I think that's what they call an official endorsement.
I think so.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Y'all give it up for
Yeah.
Zach.
Hey,
Zach,
get off the
Zach,
stage.
Zach.
we're
Zach,
going to
Zach.
celebrate tonight
Zach,
with some more
Zach.
chicken. That's what I'm saying.
I love a celebratory chicken.
Yes.
Some of the best.
That's how I feel about like Costco rotisserie chickens. You know, that's
Right.
a treat after hard-earned days.
Oh,
you go
yeah.
home and just
Some
devour a
protein,
whole
my brother.
rotisserie chicken.
Some poultry.
In the car on the ride home. Wait, what?
Rod, I'm
Mike's
glad
in
that
his
you enjoyed our song. Rod is laughing at our song singing.
Thank you, Rod.
Shalala. That's for Randall Cartwright and Vinny. You guys know exactly what I'm singing about. So
2 people.
The rest of you get lost.
The rest of you have no clue.
All right, this has been good.
yeah,
Yeah.
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 So we were posing these questions earlier this week, and I'm curious if anybody out there in internet land, it comes up, we always talk about rock and roll and music and stuff around here. Bands who got famous for the wrong song. And I don't mean like the song was bad, but maybe a song was popular here in the U.S.,
It's not the best.
and
in
it
the
wasn't their
discography.
best effort, yet somehow they made a pile of money on it.
Mike and I have
But
been
we all
getting,
know that there's better songs out there.
Mike
And
and I have been getting
we
introspective
have.
during the day.
The one that I mentioned was the awesome rock band from Ireland, Thin Lizzy. So many great songs. The Boys Are Back in Town. I don't know if that's their best.
No.
So I'm curious what anybody else out there thinks. Or I don't know if I got Emmett's input or Elijah's input on that topic.
Who was the other one that we said? Because there was another artist that immediately came to mind where it's like, that's not their best one, but it is a good one.
I don't remember. It was your call. I don't remember.
Yeah.
You think on it.
I'll think
What do
on
you
it.
guys think?
Doobie Brothers comes to mind.
Yeah?
Listen to the Music is an iconic song.
Yeah.
I mean, it's so good.
Iconic.
I mean, we talk about a lot about like a perfect song list. That's pretty close for me.
Elijah, you're talking about doobies at work?
Yeah, exactly.
It is a music store.
That's right. But I mean, they've got some crazy
turn away.
good songs that, in my opinion, are better. But it's like, yeah, that was the first thing to come to mind.
Well, let me rephrase the question.
Gangnam
'cause-
Style by Psy.
True. We were talking
I
more
mean,
like
what other stuff did he have that was
I don't
good?
know.
we're talking about more like an artist where like that was their single hit, like their best hit, but it wasn't their best song. Not like a band who had a bunch of hits but are known for one. More so like he said, Thin Lizzy, they're known for The Boys Are Back in Town, but not a lot of people know any of their other music.
So is this like up for like discussion because is it like off of what you think is like their best song, or
Well, it's a little subjective, but also, I mean, Boys Are Back in Town, in regards to that band, it was their biggest hit in the USA. Around the world, they were famous for a lot of other stuff. And so it just makes you wonder what makes America tick differently from, say, the
Yeah.
other,
yeah?
when it comes to music and stuff. So I was just kind of curious. I don't know. It's a tough one.
It
It's a hard
is.
question. I know
It
it's
is
deep.
a tough
It's deep.
one.
That kind of comes to mind, and forgive me, I'm trying to remember the name of the band, but they did Saturday in the Park. Is that Chicago?
Chicago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I love that song, but I mean, are there other songs that they did that I feel like they were probably better known for? Maybe
They had quite a few
They had
hits.
quite a
like
few,
they
yeah.
were a pretty big band.
25 or 6 to 4. I played that in high school, man.
Then you had, Peter Cetera era, which it's such a divisive era because
Oh,
either
it
people
is.
hate Peter Cetera or love him. So
Yeah, he's kind of got the a Michael McDonald distinct voice in the '80s for sure.
Come on, Chase is low key asleep, man. Like, don't sleep on Chase and his vocal
okay, here's the thing about Hard to Say I'm Sorry, that song. I like Peter Cetera, Air Chicago. The little snippet, the extra song that they do on that, where it's called Get Back on that song, no one knows about. And it goes so hard compared to the rest of the song because it's like everyone's going in and it's like all the horns like, bum, 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 bum. It's great. And it's like, it's a vibe. And my wife hates that song.
Oh, Rodney says Three Dog Night. Ooh, yeah, they had. Well, with their big one, I mean, I guess. Well, Mama Told Me Not to Come,
Yeah.
which was a written by what's his name? Randy Newman.
Yeah.
But then what?
All I can ever think
Jeremiah
is the
was.
monk theme
Jeremiah
song.
was a bullfrog.
Jeremiah. That was
Yeah.
War, wasn't it?
No, that was Three Dog Night.
Okay, I always get that. I get them and War mixed up. Both very similar bands.
Carnetta said, "Hey all." I can't read.
Oh, appreciate you guys. Happy Easter and God bless.
Happy Easter to you too, Cornetta.
Thank you, Carnetto. We love
Thank
you.
you.
We so
Yeah.
appreciate whenever you come to hang out with us in the store.
Always good to see you.
Look forward to seeing you again soon. And God bless. You guys got any fun Easter plans coming up?
This is the first year in probably as long as I can remember that I am not serving at church for Easter.
You're so lucky.
Yeah, and it's
So
like,
tell me why you hate the Lord.
Oh, my
let's lay it all on the line.
oh my word. Hey, planning center, the notification didn't go through. So what can I say? I love the Lord. I'll be there.
Man's really ignoring the Great Commission right now.
I'm ready, man. So yeah, we're just going. We're gonna have a good time on Sunday. Praise the Lord, and we're gonna
Amen.
go eat some Easter lunch and then Easter dinner.
Do you know what's on the menu?
Nope.
Nope. But
Something
you
good,
know it's going
though.
to be great.
Oh,
Ooh.
buddy, yeah.
Yeah.
When your mom and your aunt are opening up a restaurant, little plug.
Oh, yeah.
And you go to your aunt's house for lunch and your mom's house for dinner. You know you're in for a good treat. So
Man.
Butter cake.
Oh
butter
my
cake.
God.
It
Butter
be on the
believe it.
menu. Yeah. Better believe
Oh
it.
my gosh. Now hold on. Like for Easter dinners, are you guys like a traditional like ham, or do you guys do like a barbecue like brisket and kind of stuff?
I
for your
didn't know there was
Easters?
traditional Easter.
Yeah, like to me that's like ham. Like Easter's very ham focused.
Hold on. You keep talking, but we're going to look this up.
It's a whole rabbit.
I-
Everyone just shares a whole
In my
rabbit.
family,
Peter
man,
Rabbit,
I mean,
right?
we would eat out. We would sometimes go over to a family members or friends' house to eat. There was never like a trend that we followed for Easter. We were definitely dressed to the nines, but nothing like food was food, man. We tired.
Yeah.
It's the
My-
Sunday nap time, and like we're gonna hit that first with some amazing food, and then I'm out for like 3 hours.
Shout out to my grandma. She always makes a coconut cake that's in the shape of a bunny.
Ooh.
So shout out Marilyn Rogers, my grandma.
Roast
Being
lamb
an
and
amazing
roast
cook.
ham are the
Roast
two
lamb.
popular
They really
ones.
said they killed the lamb once. Let's kill the lamb again.
Yeah. Pork chops,
Pork
fish.
chops, I'm down for that.
mashed potatoes.
I don't know why the thought of fish on Easter just makes me recoil. Where it's like, if I show up to your house and we're having an Easter meal, it's like, I have some fresh salmon or some pike. I'm like, bye. I'm getting back in my car.
Get out of town, man. I love fish.
I hate fish. They could stay in the ocean.
Oh,
Or
my
the lakes.
goodness. Mike, what are you doing this Easter weekend?
Well, not much. We don't really do a lot of Easter plans around our family or house. We just, I imagine I'll be cleaning or something. I don't know. We just don't have our family just doesn't really get together for Easter much. So it'll just be a Sunday for us, I think. Just
Sandwich.
hanging out.
Bring
Yeah,
out the two rock, baby.
I might be a ham sandwich. Yeah.
It looks like we have a few more people watching. Just to remind you, we are taking questions. So throw your questions in the comments, and we're going to answer them and have a good time. But we're just sitting here
We're
chatting.
doing
having a good
tax
time.
advice today.
Rodney brought up another good point. So he says Leonard Skinner's Freebird, it was a big hit.
Yeah,
True.
but they had a ton of hits.
They did
were
also
big
have a ton of
band.
hits.
And Freebird is their best song.
But I am, because of, being in Southwest Missouri, we hear Skinner all the time. I want any song that isn't on the radio.
I'm gonna
I love me some Skinner that I don't know.
anytime
Yeah.
I'm saying anytime Leonard Skinner comes on, I'm asking to give me 3 steps so I can get out the door and not
Oh,
listen
yeah?
to that song anymore.
Oh, man. Oh, man.
God bless.
They're great. They're great. I just don't need to hear,
They're kind of the
Freebird anymore.
AC/DC
Yeah.
of Southern rock.
Yeah, exactly right. Sort of. Yes.
What you got going on?
I get to play at church.
Nice.
Come check me out at Parkrest Baptist at 10:15. We're gonna worship the Lord.
Oh, man.
The Lord.
Maybe a little
and-
guitar worship, too?
No,
No.
it's for the Lord.
That's later.
Mike.
Okay.
Huh?
Hold on, boys. I'll be back.
Oh, Dad Elijah.
I didn't even hear what he said. And you know, we'll do family lunch with my family, and then we'll do family dinner with my wife's family. And probably there's enough kids thrown into the mix with my families that there's probably going to be an Easter egg hunt somewhere.
Nice.
I'm going to put them all in the trees so they can't get them.
Nice. Goodness. Dude, so this weekend for me, I'm playing 5 services.
5.
5.
Man.
Wow.
Yeah, I play over at the Courageous
You're playing
Church.
Good Friday all the way up to the resurrection, baby.
So we start in the evening. I'm playing at the Courageous Church South Campus in Rogersville. We play 2 services on Saturday night, and then 3 Sunday morning. So it's gonna be a good time. We got some great music.
It's all the same song, just different keys.
No.
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 It's not the same song in different keys. You just stop and then be like, all right, reset, and then go to the next key.
We got like 4 songs that we're doing, and they are jumping around keys wise. Like the first key is in the key of A. The second song is in the key of A flat. The next song is in the key of E. The last song is back in the key of A. So
Tell me why the worst key to play worship music in is in G flat.
I don't think so.
It definitely is.
Maybe for a guitar player.
Honestly, flats don't bother me bad. I'm not a capo player because I'm not a weenie.
I'm so
Try it
proud
in
of
F
you.
sharp. It's a lot
I'm
easier.
so proud of you.
But yeah, honestly, like I like
See
the
what I
flat
did?
keys
That's
and
good.
everything.
That's good.
It's just like for some reason, flat keys I feel like throw off the group a lot.
That's dependent upon the players you're playing with.
Yeah. I like B flat. B flat's a great key to play
Oh
in
yeah,
a
it's a
church.
fun key. I do not like playing in the key of F on piano.
I don't think anyone likes playing the key of F general. Honestly, I changed my answer. It's the key of F. It's the key of F.
I don't mind F. I actually, and I only say that because there's.
I'm a god amongst men. That's why I say that.
I only say that because I've spent some time figuring out some different grips in F that are now kind of unique to F that way.
Nate really said, "Stay in your pentatonic prison, peasants."
Wow, I remember our last live stream. Do you guys remember it? That's funny. Well, we got some questions.
Roddy chimed in again. Remember the movie Wizard of Oz? Chase reminds me of the lion.
Hey, Rod Dillon,
Oh,
what's up, my
I was
friend?
trying to think of. I haven't watched that movie in forever. I can't remember how he sounds.
Courage.
Berto says F sharp, Mike Henderson. That's
Yeah,
great.
exactly. F sharp. It's way better than G flat. Way
Honestly,
better.
yeah. If you hand me a piece of paper that says G flat, I'm gonna dislike it.
I don't
Hand me
think
F
G
sharp,
flat
and
is
it's like,
actually a key.
You know what? I gotta say F sharp.
G flat.
I don't think
It's-
it's technically a key.
Yeah,
like
it
is.
if you look at like if we're talking about how many sharps, how many flats are in the key signature,
it is.
I don't think that G flat.
It's
I'm-
after.
I'm
It's
here
after
to,
D flat.
I'm here to defend G flat as well.
Okay.
Yeah, but I love you.
Yeah. No, it is because it's the 6 flats.
Red hot take chase.
So
G flat.
I don't know how in
So-
depth of a
G-flat,
music
A
theory
flat,
question we
So
want to get, but yeah.
C, F,
C.
B flat,
C flat.
E flat.
No, there is a C flat. It's just B, and I hate it because I look. It's
Right.
like
Right,
wrong.
we're talking about inharmonic equivalence, and the only reason why any of that matters is when you're writing music on a page,
Correct.
and you get to a place where you've painted yourself in a corner, and you're trying to make it simple for the people that are reading it, and so you end up with things like, F flat, and C
God
flat.
has forsaken you at that point when you
Well,
get
you have to
Yeah,
keep
yeah.
stuff in alphabetical order
Well,
pertaining to the key.
Yeah, and you're just trying to keep it simple for the person reading it. I'd like to take questions that I never thought we'd talk about on a live stream for 1,000.
Yeah.
It also depends on what instruments are, because that's the thing. Like when I went to school for composition, it's a lot of times when you get in classical music, you're going to be staying in flats more than you ever dip into sharps because your woodwinds and everything are already used to reading it as a flat and not a sharp. So you'll get into the dumb keys like G flat and all that kind of stuff where it's so many flats that you just understand it, but depends on the instruments you're arranging.
And with that, Max says, real hot take, Chase.
My real hot take.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah.
I didn't even
Here
get
we
to
go.
take. That's how
Didn't,
hot it is.
Now, my understanding with sharps and flats was if you were reading the music and you were ascending up as in pitch, you were looking at sharps. But if you were actually descending and the notes were getting lower, they were flats. So your F sharp, if you're moving up to say an A, would be an F sharp. But if you're going from an A down to say an E, you would be reading it as a G flat rather than an F sharp.
Depends on the context of the key.
But I'm also a
'cause
guitar player, and
It depends on the context of the key, because if you're in the key of F sharp, you're never going to have a flat in that key because that looks wrong. So you have the
Yeah.
sharp. But what you're kind of meaning towards is if you're writing and you're adding an accidental, something that is not in the key, and you're doing like a neighbor tone or anything like that. If you're going up to it, you're going to do a sharp. If you're going down from it,
half
it's
step.
going to be a flat. So that way it's easy
Yeah.
to read, but it's
The easy
depends
to
on the
read
context
thing
of the key.
is really where it hits,
Mm-hmm.
like the rubber meets the road, because it's the when you have a bunch of accidentals. Like for example, the other day we were looking at a song. This was actually for that men's conference that Elijah and I played, and the song starts in D, so it's D minor, and then it went to B flat and F, but then there was a G major in it. Right, and then you know they were like, well, let's call it as though it's an F using the number system. So we're starting on the 6, blah blah blah. So the whole point of it is just trying to find the easiest, common denominator so that we can just get to playing rock and roll.
all I know is "Immigrant Song" by Led Zeppelin is an F sharp.
Now
G
let's
flat.
get about the juicy stuff. Let's talk about German and French 6 chords.
Oh, Rod Dillon says, well, I like A flat and F sharp when doing some acoustic guitar and singing.
They're good keys.
There you go.
They're good
Why would
keys.
you argue with that? Yeah, absolutely. What else are we talking about?
Honestly, I don't know
What
what
are,
kind
what are
of
your Easter plans?
My Easter plans, I'm playing at my church on Easter, and I'm actually going to rehearsal tonight. I've got kind of a cool feature. I'm a little nervous about it, meaning like I got to get it right. There is a Keith Green song that we're playing that has, it is by far and away, and I would go to the mat with anybody on this. It's one of the hardest Keith Green songs there is. And there's some time stuff. I'm sitting there counting, and then what we're doing is I'm doing like a harmonized part.
That's why they pay the drummer to count. I don't count.
I don't count. That ain't my
Yeah.
job.
So anyway, I'm excited about it, and I would encourage you to come. So at James River South Campus, it's going to be awesome. Yep. And then I'm going to come. I'm off on Monday, and
Must be nice.
it's great. I can't even tell you. Can I take a second to talk about it? I just got through getting our fire pit done, and so we got gravel around it. I can't
Nice.
wait to get a little. We're gonna have a lot of rain
Nice.
this weekend, so I can't wait to get around that fire pit, set something on fire.
So you
burn
need to just
something?
call down fire from
documents?
heaven.
Yeah, and you know how I like to burn stuff.
I mean,
You know that
Evidence.
about me.
If you don't follow
evidence,
Nate White on
documents.
Instagram, you need to.
tax return.
Nate White.
Plays
What's
guitar.
the name? Yeah, plays guitar.
Nate
White plays guitar.
and
Follow
sets stuff on fire.
follow him. He will set stuff on fire. Sometimes it's a fretboard. Sometimes it's some leftover twigs in the backyard.
Leftover
it's a
twigs.
stump.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got done
we
eating the
read
main
that
twigs.
question already, Jordan, about from Rod. Is that why that's? Oh, got you. Okay. Yeah. I don't know. We're looking at a screen, and he just blew up the
That's
question.
an odd
really
question
big.
from Hacker992. Mike, what's the last 4 of your credit card?
Oh, well. It is an odd question. It is an odd question.
Oh my goodness.
Wait, that sounds like a scam.
No, no,
I'm
trust
not
me.
buying it. I'm not buying
Okay.
What was the other question we've been asking this week? Because we've been asking customers this. We asked, Nate, you can answer the question we asked earlier. What's like a band that had one big hit, but it's not their best song? We talked about like Thin Lizzy and the Boys Are Back in Town,
A band that had one big hit,
but it wasn't their best song.
and it's not their best song. Man, my brain, I don't know. But
It's a tough one.
As soon as you said a band that had one big hit, one of my favorite songs of all time, and you probably don't know this, and that isn't a cut on you. It's just kind of a deep cut. The name of the band is Climax Blues Band. Do you know the song I'm talking about?
I don't.
And the name of the song is called I Love You. And it's got one of the best Rhodes little intros to it. It's simple. You could play it like this, but that don't make it bad. It's perfect. And I'll tell you this. I think it's got a perfect guitar solo in it. It's memorable,
Ooh.
but it's not hard. But it's perfect. It's perfect.
Yeah.
It's
I
perfect.
can hear the tone coming through.
I mean, I pretty much nailed it. Okay, but
Now plug
Climax
this man
Blues
into a
Band,
2 rock.
Got
Two
that,
rock.
got
These are
that
two
tone
lips
of a
right here.
hummingbird.
Two lips.
2 lips.
It's called I Love You, and you got to listen to it, and it's just got everything I like. Big lush, background vocals with some strings. It's a good AM gold kind of sappy ballad. Love it.
I've got a question.
Yeah.
Everyone knows like, what do you think a perfect solo is? What's one of the best solos? What do you think one of the worst solos is?
Guitar solos?
Yeah, one of the worst. It could be any instrument. Like
You mean like a
one of the
popular
worst
solo?
Yeah, like what's one of the worst solos that you've ever heard?
Wow. I mean, there's no way to say this without just destroying some. What do you got, Mike?
Well, I can say this because he's had countless other really, really good guitar solos. But Neil Young and Down by the River, it's just one note. Ding, 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 and it goes on for a while. He only hits one note. The song is amazing.
going the
Neil Young
distance.
is amazing. It's
He's
just
going for
it's a one note solo.
That's funny.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah. Could have been cooler. I know because I played some cool ones over that song. So anyway.
That's a tough one. It's kind of hard to hate on.
I don't like noise rock.
Well, that's a
where-
wrong answer.
Where it's like, I'm just telling you, you ask for truth. That's what comes out of this vending machine. Okay.
No, I can get with that because that's like I was actually listening to our buddy Josh is here. He sent me a playlist and it had a bunch of Nirvana stuff on it. I like Nirvana, but that's a lot of those solos on there. It's just like
Noise. Just letting the pedals go crazy and
it's like
pummel your
yeah,
guitar.
it's an odd string caught here or there. It sounds like he's punching the guitar and strangling it.
I
like
played a few of
Homer
those-
strangling Bart Simpson.
I played a few of those solos last weekend, and that's what I was doing. Was
Yeah.
just angrily punching my guitar, and
Yeah.
it sounded great.
Eddie Mosier said,
Eddie.
"A Southern man don't need him around anyhow."
That's
Little
right,
Neil
Neil
Young
Diamond.
reference.
That's right, Neil Young.
Eddie Neil.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Do you know how many angry psychiatrists does it take to change a light bulb? One, but the light bulb has to want to change. That's from Rod
you're
Dillon.
right.
Yeah,
Is that
there we
Happy
go.
New Saxophone Day over there?
Happy New Saxophone Day! Woo, woo, woo!
On the live
I was saying
stream.
Jordan about died.
I held it away from me.
I got a question.
Rod, we love you.
I got a
I have
question
proper
for y'all.
mic techniques.
I got a question. What is something that you are trying to develop into your playing style right now?
Eating vegetables.
That's good, young man.
I'm having to incorporate country licks into a song I'm playing at church right now because I don't play country at all, and so that's what I'm trying to incorporate right now.
Eddie Mosier says talent.
Dang. Honestly, yeah.
Dang.
Sheer willpower.
No, and you know what's beautiful is that you said, "Hey Nate, give me a 10-second take on that on how to play country stuff." So this thing I'm doing for church this weekend. Yesterday I was at the church and one of our worship leaders, Pastor Don, who's a keyboard player, was working something. Now, see, thanks to Emmett, I'm used to a keyboard player telling me how to play my guitar. And guitar players, you can learn a lot from keyboard players if you'll receive it. And so anyway, he was telling me, receive it. He was telling me,
All right, Benny.
hey, play this line. And on a keyboard, it probably laid out kind
A
of a,
lot easier, probably.
yeah, or maybe in a way that feels good, because sometimes that's half the battle is finding that fingering that feels good. You know what I mean? Where you're like, okay, I can play this. This is sustainable. But in the process of doing that, I looked at him and I said, "You're making me a better guitar player right now," because I didn't know how to do that before. It wasn't something I just would do on my own. So one of my favorite pieces of advice about playing actually comes from a local legend, Mr. Gen X.
That guy.
Yeah.
He is legendary.
Yeah, and he and I were having a conversation. This has been when
Dairy.
when I first got here, and we were having a conversation, and I was telling him like, I need to get out and play more, and I kind of miss it, blah blah blah. And he says, "Nate, you need to treat yourself to a deadline. Treat yourself
Treat
to a
yourself
deadline.
to a deadline.
That's wisdom. That is
Seriously?
wisdom. Yeah, because sometimes you just need to like sign up say yes, sign up for that gig, sign up for that performance, because otherwise, what happens is the allure and temptation of comfort becomes so great that you miss the peace of mind of knowing that you are moving forward because you are being stretched. I didn't think I was going to preach, but I turned out I am. Receive it.
That's a big one.
It's starting to get
That's
a little
good.
scary. Like,
Receive it.
Yeah.
Hey guys.
So, Mike, what's something that you're trying to develop into your character as a musician?
Less shirt buttons.
Less shirt buttons. Oh, I've had that. That's done developed, my friend. I'm telling you what.
That's for Palin After Hours, folks.
Right now, it's been fun developing. I play with my buddy Corey, and he's in my band on saxophone, and so developing some guitar, tenor sax harmony parts that we've been sorting out on some things, which has really been pretty fun. We're doing a show next month where we're just kind of learning a bunch of songs, and it's either multi-guitar parts happening or multi-horn parts happening, and it's just one guitar, one horn. So we're joining forces, as any good tenor instrument would do. And it's been a lot of fun just kind of sorting that out. And luckily, he's really smart, kind of like a keyboard player telling you how to be a better guitar player. Well, Corey can kind of do that for me as well.
Is this
And,
Brandon,
the
the saxophone player?
No, Corey Pruitt is his
Corey
name.
Pruitt?
Yeah.
Do you
Corey!
There's a guy named Brandon, too.
Brandon
In the
Mazzello.
house.
Yeah, and I think he
Yep.
and I played a church Christmas thing together. He plays tenor,
Yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm. He does.
Yeah, you know all
Yeah.
the cats.
I do know all the cats. I've played with Brandon a whole bunch of times.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Every
Yeah.
time you stick
But,
out your hand, I think you're about
But
to
yeah,
cast a
Corey,
spell.
he's helped me sort
Corey's
out,
like-
you know, the harmonies. He's really good at the theory, and so he's like, just play these, and I'm like, play these notes, and it's the right notes, and then we sound really awesome. So I need to understand how to break that down a little better myself, but I'm learning every time he tells me what to do. So
It doesn't
it's
take
cool.
much to make Mike sound awesome.
Well, you're kind. Thank you.
Or
It all
look
starts with
awesome.
good tone.
Such a two-rock.
Tone from Palin Music Center. Yes. Yeah. Tone E. Stark, right? Yeah. Yeah, Palin. All right. Yeah, we got tone. Yeah.
Oh man, that's
The question is, what are you working on right now as a musician?
to
Very
like
better.
develop into your.
Integrating into your playing.
I think we talked about this the last time we met up.
He doesn't need to integrate anything.
I don't know why I read that as a question on there. I was just like,
Oh my word. Honestly, it's just listening to different genres of music.
Oh, yeah.
Though this is something since the last time we
Okay.
were chatting.
I've gotten into black metal and Swedish death metal.
No, I've gotten into
It's
Led
a different
Zeppelin,
subgenre.
right?
Listen to him. So
Yeah.
Elijah's listening to Zeppelin, which is awesome.
Yeah.
I know.
I've never. I'm about to get like.
Wait,
Where
which
you
album?
at?
on
Which
this
album
thing.
are we on now?
I'm still. I'm just now wrapping up 2. This
Okay.
week's been crazy, but
So are you about
you
to
got-
go into 3?
about to go.
Have you gotten into
the
Moby
next
Dick
one.
yet? Did you listen to Moby Dick yet?
That's on 4.
That's 2.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay, okay.
I'll have to see.
That's it's the instrumental song.
Yeah, I just got done with the one song that's
way to
on
go, Mike.
there. I forget what it's called now.
Ramble on.
That's it.
This
Yeah.
is right before Moby Dick.
Okay, then
Yes.
I haven't.
Sorry, I
gotten
know
And
what
then
track
after
this
that's
is.
Bring It On Home.
Yeah.
It is.
So
That's right.
Led Zeppelin 3, does that start with Immigrant Song? And then it goes to.
It's got that real cool.
Does Zeppelin 3 also have. Yeah.
It's the acoustic one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's got Hangman,
It's
Gallows
got one of my
Pole.
favorites,
Gallows Pole.
Tangerine.
Tangerine.
Tangerine's a great
Does it
Zeppelin
have
song.
Out on the Tiles on it?
Out on the Tiles is on there. Oh, it's great. I'm
I'm
telling
pumped to
you.
get into it.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
Oh, Eddie asked. You didn't hear it before. No, I haven't. I grew up in a very shielded household, if you will,
Kids
to
Bop
where
only.
I wasn't allowed to listen to most secular music. So Led Zeppelin was definitely crossed off the list, and so I am now journeying into these
Adulthood.
Yeah.
these classic hits, and it's been a lot of fun because I hear all these guys talking like, "Oh yeah, this deep cut on these cats," and all this stuff.
Man, these cats are good.
Man, I hate wearing shirts with buttons, stuff like that.
Exactly.
Honestly, yeah, you summed up Jimmy Page to a T. That man never wore an
Exactly.
undershirt, only a coat.
Welcome to
Exactly.
real music, yes sir.
Indeed.
So yeah, it's been a lot of fun to kind of listen to the older things, and the one was awesome, but the first track when it cut on number 2, it was like, whoa, it's different. It's different. So yeah, I'm pumped to get through it.
Oh man, how cool! I would love to hear it with fresh ears again. So I'll live through you. This is great.
There you go.
There's in the Dark Side of the Moon documentary, there's a moment where, and it's the one where I think it's called Classic Albums, and they did like all these, classic albums, and they do these documentaries about them. Dave Gilmour was asked, if you could do anything different on Dark Side of the Moon, what would you do? And he goes, it would have been really lovely to be able to approach it for the first time through a pair of headphones,
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Because he created it. He didn't
He
get to
created it.
hear what it did
Yeah.
to everybody else.
Yeah, which reminds me of another great
Yeah.
quote from John Coltrane.
That's really cool.
Where he said the only regret he has about playing music is that he can't walk up to his music for the first time. You know, and that's not really a bad thing, but I think it's an interesting. And I think there's some encouragement in that too, because I don't know about you guys, but there's a lot of times where I'll play something, especially that's being either streamed or recorded, and I'll go, "Gosh, that was just absolute hot garbage." Right?
Dog water.
And then you go back and listen to it, and you go, "Wait a second, that ain't half bad," right? Yeah,
Yep.
that happened.
Oh yeah.
All the
Yeah.
time.
I'll a lot of times. So as I'm doing a project, I'm recording something on my software. I'll record it the first time that I finally got everything together, like the verses, the hook, everything. And I'll get busy, life will happen, and all that stuff. I'll go back and find the video, just looking through my photos, and listen to it. I was like, man, I remember the feeling of what it felt like when I first heard that all come together.
Yeah.
And man, I want to go back and try to finish that up.
Yeah, by the way, that power of music. Speaking of which, Eddie Mosier says, is Jimmy Page allowed to play Stairway in a guitar store?
He can play
Of
whatever
course.
he wants.
Hey, but let me
Yes,
ask you
he
this.
can.
Yes.
I want your takes. What is now like the new Stairway to Heaven? The song that's like being
Anything
played.
by John Mayer. Anything by John Mayer.
I think it's one. It's Burning Room. That's the new Stairway. Slow dancing in a burning room.
I
I'd
wish
have
I was
to-
in the burning room.
Yeah.
I'd have to say it's probably Seven Nation Army, the White
Seven Nation
Stripes.
Army is a strong
I mean,
contender.
bass players play it, guitar players play it. You need one finger and one string to play it. And
You know,
so
Smoke on the
anybody
Water,
can do
you
it.
don't hear as much actually.
No.
So
Yeah.
Unholy Confessions by Avenged
Yeah.
Sevenfold. That thing's everywhere.
And Teen Spirit, Nirvana, yeah.
Yeah.
that one.
Really?
I can't say the title of the song, but there was a story here. It's a very famous Nirvana song that, like I said, I can't say the title or we'll get flagged or something.
Yeah.
But Bless This Kid's Heart, that was the only song he knew. And for an hour, played the Kurt Cobain Jags thing that we had here in the deluxe reverb for an hour, just super loud. And I kept going back over there and was like, man, it sounds great. I need you to turn it down just a little bit because we got a lot of people in the store. He'd be like, okay. I'd walk away, he'd turn it back up. Repeat that. An hour later, he comes out, he's like, you guys have a DS1? And I was like, yes, we do.
Yeah.
And we plugged it in and immediately had to go back over and be like, I'm sorry, my friend, you can't play this loud. I need you to turn it down a little bit.
And he looked
Yeah.
at you and he said, I'm so happy because
No,
today.
no. Unfortunately, that song,
That wasn't the song he was playing.
it was on In Utero.
Yeah.
And the
Let's just
It
leave
was-
it at
yeah.
that.
He
Yeah.
was telling somebody to do something and they probably shouldn't do it.
You know,
yeah.
you know what's funny?
I know that one.
I was just thinking
It's a
about
good
that.
song.
yeah,
What
it's
what
a
is,
great song. but-
what is a moment or a memory you have when you, looking back on it now, you realize that you were maybe a kid in a music store doing kid in a music store things? I'll tell you one really quick. I was actually not a kid. I was 20 some odd years old, and I had this acoustic guitar, and I had a problem with it, and I kept saying, "Hey, this buzz won't go away." And the salesperson at the music store was trying every trick in the book he knew to let me know that it was operator error and not the guitar's fault. And I'm going, yeah, but it does it on this weird chord. It was kind of a dumb, and I was just getting into
E major.
chords, and I was like trying to find these weird voicings, you know. I remember him looking at my hand and then looking at me and then listening to the guitar and going, I think your guitar's fine. But anyway, I was that guy.
I've got a really funny
was that
one
guy.
that involves Palin Music when I was a kid.
Yep. That time I kicked you out.
No,
Spit on him.
You were too ugly.
no, it involves Palin Music and Quinn Owensby. So I was like 10 or 11, and
We
I
are
used
live
to take.
streaming.
Yes. Oh, beautiful story.
Okay.
Lovely story. And and I took drum lessons here. And at the time, there was some acoustic drum sets that were set up for like demo and whatnot. And me being a kid, I just thought that meant like I can just have at it, right? I can get on this drum set and just wail. And if you've ever been to our showroom, it echoes in here and it gets loud, right? So, bingo, exactly. Yeah, you heard the echo.
Back
right?
around.
Yeah. So, and
I'm
I'm
an
like,
idiot.
I'm prepping,
You're an
I'm
idiot.
prepping myself up. You know, I've got my sticks and I'm like, all right, here we go. And I mean, I just, you know, stereotypical 10-year-old, right? And I just remember Quinn at the time, he was here at this store. He had a blazer on. He just calmly walks over and he's like, that's enough. That's enough. And I was like, okay, all right. So, yeah, that was a fun, like, you know, now being older and being like, oh. Dork.
Eddie said, I noticed no one starts a story with I was taking bass lessons.
Man, oh my word.
You ain't gotta play but one note.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You don't have to be a
what did that
musician.
customer tell you the other day when you were in here?
She was a sweetheart.
Yeah.
He was a sweetheart.
Oh, that's great.
yeah, he was a sweetheart. And
So yeah, but so my story actually involves Palin Music Center too.
Wow.
But I was a college student, and had no time on my hands. I was just free time. So what I did was I came to Palin and was just playing. I played every keyboard, and I probably had 2 or 3 visits from Kyle and Cassandra of like, hey man, are you looking to buy anything today? Or like they were trying to get some work done, trying to make some production. I'm like, no.
I'm just here to play all the Disney hits.
I love how all these stories are sitting around Palin because it's the same thing in college. Like 2-3 years before I start working here, I come in and I'm playing my thrash thing, and Nate comes over, he's like, "Man, that sounds really good. What are you looking to get?" And it's like,
I did that.
yeah. And it was like, "Oh, I'm just kind of looking at this one right now." He's like, "Well, you sound great," and then just walks away. And I'm just every time in my mind, I just feel like Nate was probably like, "What a freaking loser! Come on, this guy."
Happy Easter, Sheldon.
Oh yeah, Sheldon. Look, he just ordered his Chords and Coffee mug and coaster set.
Yeah.
Collect them
Brother,
all.
I can't wait for you to have your first sip of coffee with that nice Chords and Coffee. It lays against the lip nice.
It
really
makes you
does.
That's
levitate.
it.
When are we going to
Lays
get a
against
Chords
the
and
lip.
Coffee fine china set?
Exactly. Love the Saturday morning Chords and Coffee. Thank you. And we were your local music store when you were a kid, and we had great inventory back then. Time flies. It does.
Sheldon.
Thank you, Sheldon.
Yeah.
Big shout out to Quinn for helping us have great inventory.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
Amen.
yes.
Hallelujah.
Yes.
That's it. That's it. Mike, you
He's a
got one?
sweet boy.
I was that dude one time that came in. I was buying my first nice acoustic guitar, and you're all concerned when you're spending that much money, and so you bring in your pedal board, you bring in your amp, and you plug everything in. You plug everything into your new guitar that's sitting there on layaway, and I bet I did that at least 5 or 6 different times while I was paying off this guitar. But I had to bring in my pedals, had to try it all out. And basically just sat there and played the intro to one song every time. So I was that dude. But I get it. You had to know things, and you had to sort it out for yourself. And that's why, while I feel a little silly about myself now, it's like, no, this is how you learn and grow and understand what you come to understand later as an adult. And so
That's it. And
feel free to
also-
bring in all your toys. We'll plug you into
Oh, yeah.
anything that we have here.
Yeah, and also, I mean, real talk. It's like
Yeah.
there's a lot of young folks and kids of all ages that we absolutely. I mean, like I feel like I'm a part of their musical journey.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
yeah.
I know you guys do too. You know, because it's like it's wonderful, and I love it. And there's folks that when they come in and play, I love Chuck Kaufman. I love hearing him play. He is such a great
can play.
player. You know, and I could start naming a ton of people, but
Oh yeah.
anyway.
Love when Derek King is in here.
Yes, yes. I mean, there's it.
Brett Palin.
Yeah, well, yeah. I've played a few shows with Brett. Brett's
Zach
great.
from Zach Williams.
He's a great player.
man.
Well, yeah. That. By the way, how cool is that?
That was awesome.
So we got a guy that is playing. Great Southern. That's a stadium, right?
For all of the
big
people
boys.
born
Arena.
before 2012, that's JQH Arena.
That's right.
JQH.
And that's what is that 10,000 people.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's an 11,000 capacity arena.
Yeah, yeah. And so there's a guy getting ready to play in front of a bunch of people with a guitar he just bought at Palin
Here.
Music. That's pretty cool.
A Palin exclusive guitar that he
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
lost.
yeah.
Just like the one that I have.
I find it funny that he's playing a reverend at a church concert.
Hey,
Or appropriate.
yeah.
Yeah, I'd say that's actually pretty great.
I think it all tracks.
Rod said, I've been going back to my country roots thanks to Ernie and integrating more Merle Haggard and Joe
Joe
Diffie
Diffie.
right now.
Good old
Yeehaw.
Merle.
Man.
Love some Merle.
Man, I would have loved to have been. I wasn't here at the time, but I would have loved to have been in the Branson area when Merle Haggard had a show in Branson.
Man.
That would
He
have
had
been
a show
cool.
in Branson?
Yeah, he had a show in Branson. From what I understand, I mean, that was what 5 days a week, 5 shows a day.
It was something like that. Willie Nelson had for this long too. Was down there.
Yeah,
wasn't he?
But was it like 5 shows a day or 3 shows a day?
Yeah,
something
I
like
think
that?
so. I think that's
Yeah.
why they didn't stay
Yeah,
around
man.
too
Hats
long.
off to the Branson
Like, wait a
fellas
second.
and ladies down there who are
Yeah.
still down there. I mean, that's a lot of
My
shows.
friend
It's a lot of
Kevin.
hustling.
We'll say it again.
Yeah.
My friend Kevin Allen.
Kevin,
Yeah.
yeah.
Down, I mean,
Sweet boy.
Yeah, or my buddy Donnie that was in here last week. That was in here with his brother. Yeah, he
Yeah.
plays down there at the.
was that Donnie that had that? Was that a 63,
Yeah.
175?
Yep.
Sweet guitar.
Yeah, Donnie's an incredible player.
Yeah.
When do you think we're gonna start seeing like the '90s grunge and like more metal? What's the word I'm looking for? Shows down at Branson. How they have like the legends and stuff. It's like it's Elvis and all those guys, but we're starting to get to the time period where it's gonna start creeping a little bit in the '80s and '90s.
I can tell you when the rest of this goes silver, and all of a sudden oh, you boys got a pretty good Nirvana show, do you? That's what it's gonna do.
love me some Stone Temple Pilots.
I think that those are actually kind of running social media. Like a lot of TikTok and Instagram, like you see a lot of people using that era of music.
Oh, you don't have to tell me about the Creed resurrection, baby. You don't have to tell me about it. I'm sacred from the edge and nothing can.
We
Well,
gotta get Chase singing on.
Oh,
one of
yes,
these
we
at
do.
some
We
point.
Oh, you don't want to give me a
I think we
microphone
do.
unfiltered.
Eddie says there's some metal shows coming to the outdoor arena for Bass Pro. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Creed is actually coming.
Yeah, I'm taking my wife to go see him. I
there you
really
go.
hope she likes
There you
Creed
go.
enough to like the show.
There you go. Can't do much better.
that
All
was
right.
awesome. Well, friends, thank you so much for hanging out with us. It's been a lot of fun. I know I enjoy hanging out with you guys. We enjoy
Always.
hanging out with you guys and getting to chat and all that fun
It's
stuff.
the fun
and-
part of the Friday we get to
yeah,
look forward to now.
Yeah. So
Every time we close this down, I think of the song from Big Bear and the Big Blue House, the Goodbye. Da, da, ba, da, ba, ba, ba.
I don't know.
Maybe that, I
the
guess
song.
I
So
was
your
the
brain
youngest
is just
of
filled
us.
with deep
Yeah,
cuts, man.
yeah.
Like,
It's called fully diagnosed ADHD.
Oh,
Really
there it
read
is.
up.
There it
I
is.
remember everything,
Oh my
but
goodness.
nothing.
But anyway, don't forget we got our live shows next week on Monday. We got some guitar repair with Danny, Uncle Danny.
Oh, no,
Wait,
Danny.
No, not next week.
Not from
He's out
Hawaii.
next week.
Oh, yeah, he's in Hawaii.
We set him up with a camera in Hawaii.
hey guys, it's
fixing
Danny.
local guitar.
Ukulele repair all next week.
It's just like him in the middle of the
we may
ocean.
have something else then.
Yeah.
That might be the case.
Puppet
Well,
show.
Yeah.
Tap dancing.
I might be able to get Darcy Land up
Just
in
pictures
here.
I'm
of
gonna
Jordan
get my
looking handsome.
clogs out.
Yeah. Hey,
Yeah. And then Tuesday
Back
we've
at it
got
Tuesday.
these beautiful gentlemen.
What's in the case with Mike and Chase?
Yes.
And then on Wednesday, 3 o'clock, we got Nate and Mike.
Yes.
Got
We don't
their-
have a theme song yet, but we're working
Yeah.
on it.
Yeah.
Then on Thursday, we got the smoothest and the silkiest
Yeah.
of brethren.
Yeah.
That's it. That's it. Smoothest and silkiest of brethren.
And please,
Your jingle's just a major 9 chord is what it is.
Yes, it is.
please don't forget this Saturday. What do we got? A Saturday morning at 9 a.m. Central Time.
Oh, well, there's, you know.
Chords and coffee.
Chords and
coffee.
Break
And
out your
then-
mug, break out your
Yep,
coasters.
yep. Get your coffee right. And then also next Friday morning at 9 a.m., we've got Waking Up with Greg.
Oh,
That's it.
yes.
The best.
Oh,
It's a
he's
great
so
show.
handsome.
Yeah.
Greg does such a good
Yep.
job.
And then we'll be back here 3 o'clock next Friday
Central Time.
doing our
Doing
thing.
it all.
Ain't Mountain Time.
I'm ready for a chicken wing.
Ain't
Let's
Coastal
go.
Time.
Have a great weekend.
Happy
Love y'all.
Easter.
South.
Happy Easter.